All right, welcome back everybody. Getting control of your day is probably one of the most powerful things that you can do, not only in your real estate business, but in your life overall. There's literally no goals that you can't achieve by making sure that you're making progress on them each and every day, and that you're basically stopping doing the things that you shouldn't be doing that's probably taking you further away from your goals. So what we're going to talk about today is obviously super relevant for your real estate business, and that's something I'm really going to encourage that you guys focus on first in your days. But it's also relevant to any goals that you want to achieve, be it weight loss, relationship goals, personal development goals, whatever it happens to be. This formula or the process we're going to talk about here is something that you can apply to every area of your life. So it's absolutely, it's super, super powerful. So I just want to start off by saying you've probably heard different places that talk about morning routines. In fact, Ninja Selling, a company and a philosophy that we embrace hugely at CIR, is famous for the Ninja morning routine. And it's outstanding. And I believe you should be doing the Ninja morning routine. I just think the time that you do it, the time that you start the morning routine matters the most. And it shouldn't be the first thing that you do during the day. And we've heard a lot of things about stuff that you should be doing in the morning. You should be exercising first thing. You should be doing your gratitudes, affirmations, yoga, meditation, whatever it happens to be. Start your day with a healthy breakfast. All these things are sort of right. They're all things that you probably want to do in the morning. Not all of them. Some of them you might want to push to the evening, but they're things you should be doing in a day to get a great start. But the order of operations, how you do this, and the details within there are absolutely critical. So I have a PowerPoint presentation I'm going to take you guys through, and it's called You're Starting the Morning All Wrong, How to Dominate Your Morning Routine. And this is actually a formula to dominate your day overall. So let's take a look. Okay, so step one, or the first thought here, is it's time to take back control of your day. So many times we wake up and the day just starts off, we check our phones and it's gone. But I want to tell you guys, you are in control of your day. For those of you that are my age and are the end of Gen X, started the millennials, you probably remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. For those of you that don't, it's pretty self-explanatory. What we have is a big oof of a guy that has his brain in his pelvis here, and basically the character's name is Krang, and the brain, Krang gets put into this body and he gets to control the body. Well, what's interesting about this is our brains are exactly the same. I want everyone to do something for a second here. And so this is a participation thing. Do any of you have a cell phone at close hand? If you do, I want you to go to your camera right now. I want you to flip it around so you're taking a selfie. Some of you will already have it flipped around because the last photo you take was a selfie. And I just want you to look at yourself in your camera and just see yourself in there, see your head, and realize that just like the picture on the screen right now, you have a brain in your head and it's controlling the body. So as much as this picture is sort of this sci-fi rendition of like being able to move a brain around, you have a brain and it's controlling your body. Your brain is in control of your body. Your body is not in control of your brain, which means that you decide what your body does. And I want you to look at yourself and just realize, you can almost say to yourself, be like, my brain is in control of my body. I get to determine what happens. And if you realize that, then you have this deliberate intention. You have this ability to start taking back control of what happens. You control whether you pick up your phone first thing in the morning. You control whether you're scrolling through social media or getting caught on YouTube. You control what you watch on TV. You control what you eat. You control all these things. And I just want you to look in mirrors, look in that selfie on the phone, and just say to yourself, I'm in control. It's like driving a car where the car doesn't just suddenly take you to Saskatchewan where you sit down and mindlessly you're in Saskatchewan. You get to decide where the car goes, and your body is just this car. It's this vehicle that your brain is driving, and it's important that you have that perspective. So let's get into it. 3 keys to winning the day. This is it right here. Number one, plan your next day at the end of your current day. So in your evening, at some point, you're going to stop and you're going to say, what am I going to accomplish tomorrow? It's absolutely key. You must plan this out and say, what am I going to do in the morning? Because I'll tell you, when you wake up in the morning, I always say there's smart Lindsey and dumb Lindsey. Smart Lindsey, knows what he wants to do sometime, but dumb Lindsey wakes up and his snooze alarm has been hit 3 times. My alarm didn't go off, whatever it has to be. And now my whole day is gone. And dumb Lindsey is scrolling through social media, scrolling through my emails. And now I'm running out the door and I get to the office and I've already lost control of my time, lost control of the opportunity. But smart Lindsey, if he plans the next day at the end of the current day, then he already knows what he's going to do the first moment he wakes up. Okay? He knows how the day is going to go. So that's step number 1. Step number 2, go to bed and wake up a little earlier. Your target right now is 15 minutes. 15 minutes you're going to go to bed 15 minutes earlier than you normally do, and you're going to wake up a little bit earlier, 15 minutes. Eventually, I'd like you to push this to 30 minutes. You don't have to go much beyond 30 minutes earlier, but I want you to try to push this a little bit because it's going to create more time. If you can get up to an hour, even better. But go to bed and wake up a little earlier and do the most important thing in your day first. That is the key. This is the difference. Do the most important thing in your day first. So that is before exercise, before breakfast. Grab a banana if needed to keep the body chugging along here. Before getting the kids up, before your laundry, before your thank you notes, before yoga, before affirmations, before email, before everything, I want you to do the most important thing in your day first. What is the one thing that's going to move your business forward? Is it that business plan you've been meaning to do? Is it getting down and planning out your marketing for the next 12 months? I want you to take that 15 minutes and I want you to make progress on that. That's the very, very first thing that you are going to do. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's the morning routine. That's as simple as it gets. Now, the devil's in the details, and we're going to talk about implementation here, but I am telling you, stop doing other stuff. Stop checking your email. Stop all these things. Stop doing your affirmations. Don't eat breakfast first. Like I said, grab a snack. Get up before your family gets up and spend 15 minutes to an hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, and just make progress on the most important thing in your business right now. And then you've already started the day and taken control here. So 4 steps to consistent implementation of this. Now, this is going to sound like overkill for 15 minutes, but I'm telling you is that if you don't take these steps, your body's going to go on autopilot. It's going to be like that car that just drove you somewhere where you didn't want to go. Your body's going to take over your brain, and you need to make sure that you are planning this, because doing this is not easy. If you have kids, doing this is not easy. If you have a spouse, or if you like to sleep in, you're not a morning person, doing this is not easy. You got to plan on how you're going to do this. But it's amazing because what will happen is a month, 2, 3 months will go by in your business and you still haven't made progress on putting together that action marketing plan you were supposed to do. You still haven't made progress on that business plan. You still haven't made progress on researching that new website provider or whatever you were planning on doing. That's the most important thing to move your business forward. So you got to make sure you take action each and every day. So 4 steps to consistent implementation are this. Number 1, planning and preparation. Number 2, accountability. Number 3, social support. And number 4, set deadlines for yourself. That's it. Let's take a look at them. Planning and preparation. Ask yourself this question. What gets in your way in the morning? Okay? What gets in your way in the morning? Is your phone the first thing that you check? And suddenly you realize you missed a couple text messages overnight, you missed a few emails, and suddenly you're still lying in bed and you're jamming through them. And then you think, oh my gosh, I'm a social media personality. I've been trying to build my business social media. I want to see what's happening. So you start scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through TikTok, checking the news, just because you got to get informed with the day. And now, an hour has passed and you've actually done nothing except consumed other people's content. So what gets in your way in the morning is the first thing you want to ask yourself. The other question is, what life and household tasks need to be done in the morning? Do I need to make the kids lunches? Do I need to, get the kids dressed and off to school? I have a just under 2-year-old kid that I got to make sure he gets off to day home. So that's part of my morning routine. But he gets up at I think it's 7:15 or 7:20. I need to make sure that I'm available in order to do that, which means I have to finish my most important thing before he wakes up. Because as we know with kids, that's impossible. What can you push to the evening? Well, if you make lunches for your kids, maybe you can do that in the evening. In fact, right while you're making dinner is a good time to potentially make lunches as well, and you're ready to rock. Another thing you want to do for planning and preparation is you want to set an end time to your day, an end time to your workday. When do you endeavor to stop working? Now, depending on how you put your showings in, you guys need to make a sample schedule for yourself. You want to set an end time to your day. Whatever time that is, for some of you that might have teams or assistants and stuff, that might be 6 p.m. It could be 5 p.m. I don't know, however you plan on doing it. For some of you though, maybe you say my end time to get off my phone and everything else is 8 o'clock, which means if you're dealing with an offer, you just be like, sorry guys, we'll stop here. We'll do this in the morning. We'll do an extension, whatever it happens to be. But sometimes you got to cut it off. Quit putting the end dates for your offers and the end times for your offers for 11:59 p.m. or 9 p.m. Put it for 6 p.m. And then that gives someone an hour or whatever else, or 7 p.m. And that means you can be done by 8 p.m. Create a list of rules. So this is cool. Write this down right now on a clean sheet of paper, or think about it, or add it to your calendar to make sure you brainstorm in this. But a list of rules, a list of life rules is going to be something that you use as a guide moving forward. So I'll give you an example of some life rules that you create for yourself. Mine are this. I have a few of these. I spend time every day planning my day, my week, and my life. I literally have stuff on my calendar blocked out for that. I don't want, now these are aspirational. I don't always deliver on all of these. I don't want to eat past 7 p.m. I don't want to have no more than 2 alcoholic drinks 2 times per week. No office snacks other than what I bring. I'm a sucker for office snacks. Go to bed at 9:30 p.m. and wake up at 5 p.m. That's another one of my rules, or 10 p.m. actually, and get up at 5 a.m. I don't deal with emails until 8:30 a.m. I'm almost religious with that. I'm pretty good with that, unless it's unless something that I'm doing as part of my most important task. But I'm not scanning emails. I'm not just mindlessly going through them. Try to get my emails, voicemails, and texts to be at 0 every 2 business days. And delegate everything other than company critical tasks and items that are in my sweet spot. So delegate every other task out except for company critical tasks and items that are in my sweet spot. And that's my life rules. And I'm working on that. This is actually a relatively new process that I've been doing with the life rules. Something I have used in the past is another addition of that, which is create a stop doing list. So stop scanning emails before 8:30 a.m. Stop unscheduled social media check-in. In our Into the Blue newsletter, Kirsten just talked about this, of people just mindlessly scanning social media. I don't know if that was this month or the previous month, but it's so valid because you just mindlessly get into this and suddenly a half hour is gone and all you've done is looked at everybody else and you feel like, oh, I'm doing research. No, you're not. Schedule time to check your social media. You can do it 3 times a day. That's fine. Post once a day, depending on how big social media is in your business. But whatever comments are, don't worry. You can reply in a couple hours and you'll still get a chance to get back to all the comments. No big deal. So what are the things that are holding you back in life? Create that stop doing list. And what's cool about the life rules is that when you have a rule in life, it's a rule. It's a fixed rule. You just can't do. You can't go against. It's like, I heard this analogy of like drinking when you're pregnant. It's like, you just don't. It's so easy, to not do it when it's just this firm rule in your life. So make sure you create a list of life rules for yourself to endeavor to follow. In addition to that, make the wrong activities in life difficult. So ask yourself, what can I do to make the wrong activities difficult? So for example, can I use screen time on my Apple device, which actually blocks apps before a certain period of time? So maybe you block your email app, you block a few other things until 8:30 a.m. That's just on your phone. If one of your most important things is to write a long email, that's fine. You can open your email on your laptop, But you want to make sure that on your phone, you don't have access to it, because that's where things go off the rails. That phone just makes it so easy to go off. Block your social media until a certain time of the day. Make it very difficult for you to access these at the wrong times. So make the wrong activities very difficult. Another great one is charge your phone somewhere else. Plug your phone in the basement to charge it, and that way it's not your alarm clock. Buy a cheap watch. I use my Apple Watch as my alarm clock, but you can also, now I just get up pretty much the same time, so my body wakes me up. But if you do need an alarm clock, buy a $9 alarm clock from Walmart, and you'll be able to get up that way. So make the wrong activities difficult. Figure out what's holding you back in the morning and make it tough to do. And at the same time, make the right activities easy. Have your clothes laid out the day before. Make sure the lunches are made. Make sure that your laptop's already ready to go. If your kids have clothes laid out, make sure that's all done so that the morning you have more time to focus on the most important things. If exercise is part of your morning routine, do it after you finish working on your most important business activity. Remember, you're taking 15 minutes to a half hour to bang out the stuff you need to do in your business. And now you can exercise, do yoga, meditation, all your affirmations, the ninja morning routine. You can do all that after. So you want to make sure you have things prepared to make the right activities easy. What can you do in your environment to make implementation super easy and ready to go? I like wearing super comfy clothes in the morning. So I got my sweatpants and my hoodie right by, I have a separate room that I go in to change my stuff so I don't wake up Kirsten, and I put that stuff on right away. The coffee is already prepared and made. It's in a quiet spot in the house so I can make that. I have my banana laid out and I'm ready to rock, and that's how I start my day. Okay, accountability, step 2. You want to hold yourself accountable so you're not just relying on your own personal willpower. My first recommendation, get a coach. Tom Ferry, Richard Robbins. The coaching people, the people that I know that have used a coach have seen phenomenal results. If you commit to it, there's lots of real estate coaching organizations, get to it. It's not inexpensive. So this is an investment that you're going to make in your business. You don't have to get that far right away. You guys can do that by coming to some of our stuff, our workshops, things like that. But we've also talked about this for get an accountability partner. This is an easy way to get somebody to help you out to keep yourself on track. So accountability partner, message them the night before to tell them what your most important priority is for the next day. Send them a quick message and say, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be working on this. I'm getting up at this time, and by this time, I am going to be working on my most important priority for X amount of minutes. And then in the morning, you might text them again and say, all right, I am going to text them again and say, yep, just finished. How was yours? And that's it. So 2 quick texts and you're ready to go. One thing I've done before is I had a buddy of mine that we did this. It was an ab workout program that we were both following. And we said, all right, if we do this for 4 weeks together, then we're going to book a night and go for chicken wings. So you guys can have something you do to celebrate together. If you hit this 5 days a week, consistently, you've all finished your most important activity, and then you can go and do something. So whether it's a 4 to 6 week period, celebrate together. Have a reason to share in some success. Another thing you can do, and I don't have this list on here, this is around the coach and the accountability partner, is yourself become a coach or an accountability partner, or become a mentor to somebody. If you have some knowledge about some area of the real estate business, or maybe it's even like health or something like that, become a mentor. Offer to, teach somebody a few things or a certain area, or be that accountability partner. Because I'll tell you, if you offer to step up and do these things, then you will automatically do it on your own. You will, you learn so much more by teaching people. They're going to ask you questions, and you'll start implementing in your life as well. So become a coach or mentor yourself. All right. Social support. Enroll social support around yourself. Surround yourself with people that are interested in the same things you are, who are interested in improving themselves, who are interested in walking the path, and find out who those are. And at the same time, avoid people you are walking who, avoid people, as sort of supposed to say, who you're walking a conflicting path with. But you want to avoid the people that are on different paths than you. People that don't necessarily believe in this stuff, or who are sleeping in, and who aren't that productive, or have totally different lifestyles than you. Then just spend your time, staying away from some of these people, because you don't want to hear their criticism of, oh, you work too hard, or you just need a day off, or blah, 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 blah. That's why they're in the life position they're in, and you're going to be in the life position you are, because you actually do the things that a lot of other people don't. And this is a great way to do it. So make sure that you surround yourself with people that you're aligned with, that give you energy, and you avoid the people that don't. The last thing we want to say on this one is set deadlines. Set deadlines for yourself, or as I like to say, burn the boats. And I shared this in our strategy group the other day, but it's this story of these sailors, a merchant ship is out, and these pirates jump on board and steal all their treasure and all the goods that they have. And the pirates sail off to this island, and the merchant ship follows them, but parks around the backside of the island. Now, the captain of the ship, they decide they're going to go over and get their, have this big fight, and they're going to get their treasure back, or get their stuff back. So the captain, in that moment where they have to say something inspirational, stands up on the soapbox, and he's going to give that big speech before the fight. And the captain says, burn the boats. If we're going home in their boats. You need to figure out how to burn the boats in your life to make it so that you fight harder in order to get things done. And deadlines are a fantastic way to do that. So if you're planning to do something, put together a marketing plan. If you're planning on doing a client appreciation event, whatever that important thing is, the thing that you're doing, maybe it's you're creating a series of articles, set a launch date, set a deadline. Set a meeting with someone to simply review the plan with them. So if you said with your accountability partner, okay, or your manager or your coach or whoever, and it's like, I want to take you through and show you my business plan. And I'm going to do it next week on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Fine. Now you have a meeting in place. So I don't care if you end up cramming all night on Monday to try to get this thing done. At least you got it done before the deadline. So set deadlines with launch dates, meetings, and other firm commitments to make sure that this stuff gets done. Whatever your task is, set a deadline. And you're basically, if you tap into your procrastination and you say, I know I'm going to procrastinate, but I got to have the deadline done by this, then it doesn't matter you procrastinated because you still got it done. So deadlines are super, super powerful. The other piece of this is that it creates a sense of urgency in your business and your life. And I want you to have a sense of urgency. I want you to be super happy and grateful for everything you've accomplished. But I want you to know this, is that the quicker you implement, the longer you will have to enjoy the fruits of your labor and the more money you will make. Think about that. If you implement today, then you're going to see success sooner. And therefore, you're going to have all the many more years in your life to enjoy the success. In addition, is that if you're making money and you invest that money, then through the amazing power of compound interest, that interest will be able to earn interest, be able to reinvest it. And now you're going to have so many more years to have that money working hard for you into your retirement and everything else. I mean, we did a financial plan. And it was like, if we retire at, let's say 60 or 55 or 65 or whatever your retirement date was, and then our financial planner was like, if you worked for one more year, you would have this many more millions that's saved up. Because if you think about it, that money then compounds for the next 25 years. For that full year of income compounds the next 25 years until death. Like it's amazing the power of these things. So if you implement today, you're going to have more time to enjoy the success. If you put off today, it's another day that you're putting off of being able to enjoy this stuff in your future. Okay, so to finish us off here, I want to show you guys a quick sample schedule about how this can look by doing the most important thing first, and then we'll finish up. So a sample schedule can look like this. I'm starting at 7:30 p.m. because the first step is planning the night before. So we are going to clean up the house. This is basically my almost exact schedule. You're gonna clean up the house. And the reason I do it at 7:30 p.m. is because that's when we put our kid to bed and then he's finished messing up the house. So I clean up the house first. I prep my clothes for the next day. So I put it all together and, make sure that everything's laid out the way that I want. If I'm packing a gym bag, I make sure that's all packed up. I pack my lunch for the next day. I feed my pets. I have an automatic dog feeder for my dogs. So I make sure that's full for the morning and it's ready to go. And then you plan your next day to-do list. You will need to separate yourself from your family. So this might be the time the kids go to bed, whatever time it is. Maybe it's 8:30 for you. It doesn't matter. This is my schedule. It can be your schedule, but you need to have time to do this stuff. And I'll take 10, 15 minutes just working on my own, making sure I'm planning my next day. So 45 minutes later, it's 8:15 p.m. Now it's time to hang out with the wife and we'll do anything from, I don't know, do a workout together, to play video games, to watch Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever amazing show happens to be on right now. We can do anything we want. It's free time. And then at 10 p.m., bedtime. That's the rule, okay? So that's the evening. That's that planning and preparation step, making sure that it's all done. The only big thing in there, well, it's all important, but I want to really plan my next day to-do list. I'm setting up what I'm going to do the next day in the morning. The next step, or then I wake up, 5 a.m. Yep, I know for some of you that's unrealistic, and the reason is because you're going to bed too late. So we're asking you guys to go to bed 15 minutes early and wake up 15 minutes early. I don't care if your wake up time is 7 or 8 or whatever it is. Just make it 15 minutes earlier. Just move this schedule to fit into yours. So I wake up, I eat a banana, and I make coffee. I don't eat breakfast, okay? I just wake up, eat a banana, make coffee. Banana's optional. 5:15 a.m. That's how long it takes to make the coffee and for me to get out of bed and all that kind of stuff. I open my laptop and I work on the most important thing, okay? That is, I bang it off. Sometimes I get a lot done. Sometimes I don't get a lot done. It just depends on, how the working thing goes, but I make progress on it. That takes a half hour. Then at 5:45, I do some exercise. I shower. That takes me about an hour and 15 minutes. At 7 a.m., I eat breakfast, and my son gets up between that time as well, probably 7:20. So I try to eat breakfast before he gets up, and then I got to get him ready for the day, obviously with Kirsten's help. At 7:45 a.m., Weston's in the car, and I am taking him to day home, and I go to work. So 7:45 a.m. to about 8:30, by the time I get in, say hello to everybody, grab another coffee, that's when I check my emails. So at 8:30 a.m., check your emails, and that's supposed to say task cleanup. You can tell I didn't proofread this, apologize for that. So checking emails and task cleanup, I'm just going through what other to-dos, what's the rest of my day gonna look like. That takes me about an hour. And then I have my normal work day and project work. Now I'm just doing what I do and working on different priorities for the company and things like that. At 5 o'clock p.m., I leave the office, I pick up my son. At 5:30 p.m., we do dinner and we start family time. And that's it. And if we were to go back, then my next piece, that's 2 hours, and at 7:30 p.m., Weston goes to bed and we start our stuff. Now, I know that this is really nice for you, Lindsey. This is a life of a 9-to-5er. Well, if you're in real estate, maybe you get to take off 2 hours in the mid-afternoon or in the early morning or mid-morning and stuff to get your workout in or things like that. Maybe you do it later. Just shift your calendar, however it is. Maybe you have showings in the morning, so maybe you take one day off a week, and that's a Wednesday. I don't know how this works for you, but you need to put this stuff into place. You need to sketch it. You need to plan it all out to get it in. Make sure you get that most important thing done. So your single next action step to take to move this forward is this. Time block a spot in your calendar right now to begin the preparation step. Give yourself about 1 hour. So the preparation step, we're going to go through, we're going to create our list of life rules, we're going to create our stop doing list, we're going to go in and say, okay, what time am I going to wake up? What's my schedule? What can I do in the evening to make my morning super easy? Set yourself up for success. And in the morning, how can I make the wrong activities hard? Where can I keep my phone out of sight? What apps can I block for certain times? You can always open up and check your email and social media in your laptop. That's true, but you want to make it so that your devices, your phones and things like that are super easy are very, very tough. And that's all going to happen in that preparation step. And then tomorrow morning, you implement and you start and you adapt and you adjust and you're ready to rock. And that is the way to dominate your day. And again, if you dominate your day and you learn to control your day, or you learn to control your morning, you'll control the day. And if you learn to control the day, you'll control the week. And if you control the week, you'll control the month, the year, and ultimately your life is going to lead to phenomenal results. There's a great saying out there that is, we always overestimate what we can accomplish in a year, but we always underestimate what we can accomplish in a lifetime. And these small steps, these 15 to 30 minute steps of working on the most important thing to move our life and our business forward is something that's very, very crucial and is going to give you guys massive results moving forward.